in addition to the QR code, if you send the text to 876, now we short code now for the next. You can send the text anywhere at home or when you're following at home. You want to ask questions, just send text message free to that number there, and the commitment to you that as long as the question we respectful, we ask the panel liar and we will respond. As you know, this platform, today we will talk about transport and aviation. But this is not the Government of Salone weekly press conference and civic engagement. So any other question we get about government business, or anything happen during the week, ask me and the brother, the deputy minister, whether they represent the Government of Salone, we will do best as well for respond and answer to all the questions. So here, 876 and the new number we just don't launch, we tell the partner then OfficialSLTVChannel or we make it possible for locals. As usual, and I can go through first quick updates across government. So now we'll just hear some of the highlights that we happened over the past week inside the Government of Salone. Number one, His Excellency, the President, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, yesterday launched the Salone National Dialogue on Just and Inclusive Energy Transition Plan. This dialogue will be organized by the Presidential Initiative on Climate Change, Renewable Energy and Food Security, and a part of government's commitment again for my citizens them, the part of the governance process. So Dr. Kande Koloyem Kala, when I'm the chairperson of the initiative day, I am the facilitator of that conversation day. Some of I don't see that the news say President Bion have been guest of honor at the Rebranding Africa Forum at Brussels over the weekend, and he talked to investors them and Boku stakeholders them for say they're not going to ignore Africa again, and he invites them to let them come back and then come put their money in Saloya because Salone is an important country for their investment and they. Also on that trip, we the people of Salone very proud and one place of for congratulate His Excellency. We get a very special prestigious award, African President of the Year 2023 at the 8th London Political Summit and Awards. These events in the Ola called Capital Tara and London, and President Bill also be talk and dedicating award to the young people them and the woman them in Salone. So you and a young person here, before be proud as well of His Excellency. Today, I also meet with UNESCO Regional Director. We don't commit for work between, particularly for define and advance civic education agenda in Salone. I've been attending that meeting today as well with the head of the Sierra Leone News Agency, Madam Yema Thompson, and we meet with OIC, the Youth News Agency lead. We will make certain plans and capacity building and support for Salone. And we'll get some people there for go different initiatives there for benefits from this partnership where we facilitate when we day Dakar. I also in the speech where I talk about Salone religious tolerance and what we do. Now one other big breaking news, not all in this news now, but we must win this news council now. After 3 days of dialogue within the Spanish called dialogue, they sit down and talk to each other. The government of Salone and the brother and sister and the opposition party, the All People's Congress, facilitated by the international partners, ECOWAS, African Union, and Commonwealth, they come together and they don't finally resolve the issue that will be made between the two after the last election. The big news that the All People's Congress Party will take their rightful place as part of the governance of Salone and say that they end the non-participation in the governance of the country. We in our government, particularly glad for that, and I want, as the government spokesperson, I will take the opportunity for particularly tell thank you to the people who will lead that dialogue. First, Dr. Samoa Wilson Kamara will lead on behalf of the All People's Congress, and of course, Dr. David, when you are saying there with Chief Minister, we lead on behalf of the government of Salone. We also want to tell them to take it to international partner them. We make sure see this happen. After that agreement, plenty of international partners say don't issue press statement for congratulate Salone. The point is now for them we move this country forward based on the agenda we His Excellency don't set for we as a country. Just two more quick items. The Minister of Lands and Country Planning, Dr. Turat Senesi, don't start one new program we say one ministry for achieving with man they call self-independence, so they will control their own resources and they go for define what they do. It also just say let the ministry release government revenue, then they will keep 30% of that revenue for one the ministry. And I hear from the Ministry of Finance that is a proposal where I know say they consider very well. Another breaking news, they come off from the office of the First Lady. And when I know say the office of the First Lady, the First Lady herself, Her Excellency Madam Fatima Madabio, the champion for the United Nations for declare November 18 as a big international day for make we respect, recognize, and make healing take place for the one that we are victims of child sexual abuse and violence. And the international community will agree say the first major celebration of this day will take place in Salone. We get other First Lady across the continent, in the Canaya, Madam First Lady Fatima Bey will host them, Madam Oluremi Tinubu of Nigeria, the First Lady of Angola, and others there as well will be there for celebrate this big international day, November 18 in Salone. So again, the people of Salone will be very, very, very proud and very happy about that. And finally, the Minister for Finance, the Honorable Sheikh Ahmed Fansamadi Bangura, he take part by the IMF World Bank the annual meeting in the southern Moroccan city of Marrakesh, Tuesday, 17th October. This is part of the efforts then for continue for champion Salone and seek the right kinds of investments for the people that are in the country. I've been saying finally, but also for just mention the annual Salone government and EU political dialogue also happened to the review, and I'll see all the news across on that. I can try for keep the updates day within 15 minutes because I really want to give chance to the speaker and I am fully engaged. Okay, so that are all the news across government. As I can say, if you get any particular question on that news, this is the platform as well for us. So we welcome you for ask you questions. So now, we come to the panel. I'm really glad for today's panel because transport, aviation, a big sector, a big conversation driver. Anything happen in that sector today, we as governments we get beaucoup conversation to play, talk, all my know. And for today's press conference, we don't engage with some of the big allegedly, like I can say, for them to come and provide only the people of Salone the answer to the question that we will get. I want to take it to we panelists them first for where they come, for their willingness. I also do not take time and prepare. I don't talk this before now. President Bio envision that we the work for now. These people who the government will work for the people. So we will call them and they take the time and prepare for come for answer on a question. So today, anything about the transport sector, any question we get, they can explain to now. Then we will also change the press conference strategy to create. I know some of them for small for stick to the crew, but I would really remind them small. They will come back into crew. So I start with my colleague in the cabinet, the Honorable Minister for Transport and Aviation. I think for calling you full title, we're supposed to say His Excellency, Ambassador, Colonel, Retired, Al-Haji, to you. So this man get plenty experience across ASQ, a lawyer bank. He get plenty experience across government. And I have to say too that I don't dey in meetings and in conversations where he defend the ordinary person as salary, where he push for this sector, this transport sector. So first, I want, even as I give the chance for open, for them you share your vision. Some people don't sabi you as salary. I know so you don't take position them. But some people really don't know, you don't interact with you. This is an opportunity for the people of Salon get for meet and know the minister. Udana Allah forget to it. And it's a vision for the transport sector. I give you up to 5 to 7 minutes for them to talk about the vision. Just set the scene for me, what you don't meet, what you want to achieve, and how you want to take the transport and aviation sector go before.
Thank you very much, the brother, for the introduction and for giving me this opportunity for there today. Well, for the one that way really don't know me, like the colleagues say, I've been serving in the military for quite some time. Served in Sierra Leone, then I also go Liberia during the war, and after which I began for quit and then joined the UN system. And from there, President Bio, in his wisdom, and he say, I come in, so I come on board. First, I've been there as chairman NCP, and then later I left, and then I go back to the UN, and then from the UN, I come back into the government, and I've been the ambassador and permanent representative for Sierra Leone to the United Nations. I served there for some time until we Salon get into the UN Security Council. That's briefly about me. Coming to the transport sector, well, I believe say we all know, we don't see the problems then regarding the sector or some of the challenges that we face. They're a very big ministry, honestly, it's a very big ministry, and they do the best for make sure the ordinary person able to move from one point to the other, be able to get reliable transport, where we move on from one point to the other. And not only that, the big five, the agriculture sector, as a ministry, I want to be sure say within the next 5 years, we're able for, as a government, we're able to provide that transport for that next possible way in another village, for able to move in produce from not only one village to the other, but also from the provinces to the capital city as well. So that's what President Gio envisioned, and that's what they try to do. So when I come in, the first thing I do, I look at the strategic plan, because in most of them key issues they are, you get forget a plan, because if you know plan for succeed, then obviously you will fail. So you get for set a good plan. So I get with my team together. We come up with a strategic plan where it cover both land, sea, and air transportation. The sector of itself is a very big one. So I can just start, maybe I can just brush through, then later on I can ask the questions then. I get the maritime, the Israeli maritime. We all know we done the area, a lot of challenges. So the plan for first deal with the policy aspect, which we don't go a long way, and we don't look at the agreements then, we don't look at the treaties then, and we don't also look at the act, the Maritime Act. The reason for that, and for able to get the Maritime Agency to a standard wherein it not just deal with all the negative things that we don't read, but also for us to get positives, for us to get revenue from the agency. So currently they look into that. We're almost complete, and we're not complete So we get for domesticate then treaties then day and the agreement then day. Maybe in the next 1 or 2 weeks, I will take them through cabinet, and after that, we take them through parliament. Then, after the policy aspect, we can now go into the maritime to see how we can able to review some of the processes and also streamline some functions then as well. Next, we get the Sierra Leone Road Safety Agency. Of course, we only see them when they walk around, but we want to make them much more effective than we said in this road today. Because I believe that some time back, some few years ago, most of the wardens they've been really active. So now we want to begin to engage them for make sure that they be more active than how they be doing. Next, for the Sierra Leone Road Transport Agency, I believe so now, I don't say we don't change that. So, again, I want to just tell them, say, we really get a major change in the transport industry. Therefore, be a major one. I can maybe explain a bit more. But we therefore transform the transport, we transport industry. Firstly, not too long from now, we will forget about 50 buses. Secondly, the traffic system, it will get for change. Because we believe, say, now that the time, as how His Excellency can always say, for them we look out for that layman way down there, where maybe they go for work and he want to take in Poda or he want to take the transport from one point to the other, so that we will avoid the large number of people that way can travel with their private cars then. If you notice, that it cause traffic, because most of the time you see more people there, instead of maybe jump into public transport, everybody they drive and go. So that they cause a lot of traffic. But with the new project where they come on board, we will therefore ensure say some of the roads then, we will make them roads and be for only bus lanes then, so that them bus that they will get priority, and also we will give priority to maybe then emergency, not even maybe, to emergency vehicles there as well, for let them be able to go through that. So we look at that as well. Yesterday we get a workshop meeting, and even with about 8 ministries and also for now brainstorm on some of them policies and days. So very soon we are therefore expect that to happen. So the buses therefore arrive not too long from now, in about 3 weeks. Then also we don't use for always they pay money to when they go inside the bus or anything. But now with the new system, we will try for make sure say it be cashless. So we will get a special card where you will use for pay. And also, of course, the bus system will be very timely. So you don't really need for begin rush again and say, I therefore go take the product, then we jump into. But I think I will leave that to Mr. Ba, maybe in here for go more into that. SLPTA as well, will therefore transform them instead of be. Sorry. Yeah, now for the formerly that the SLRTC. Okay. So now then they could transform them now from there to from being operator to regulator. Yeah. Also we yes, public transport. I think that are the key issues there. But I get one breaking news where for Gimuna, I believe so along the area about the fees, the airports, taxis, every day we talk about the, everybody want for, no, but the interesting thing about this, the ticket issue, is that, the way people that they talk about the ticket, say the price or that don't make passengers and then they can't salon, I think you know, when you look at the data, you look at the statistics, you will really see say it's not much of a difference. From last year, the number of passengers, the way they come in and go out, when you compare that from the start of the year, last year to September, and from this year as well, from the start to this October, the difference is really negligible. It's about 4%. It's about just 4% difference. And what did they cause some of them? What did they cause that particular for them? The cost of prices then go up. We get several reasons, but of course, my colleague Musa will go into them into detail. He gets all the technical information. But for me, as a layman, I think one of the things that really cause that competition. People they always say every day, Guinea, they get all the passengers and everything because Guinea, from time till today, Guinea gets about over 14 or so airlines that will travel to Guinea, whereas in Sierra Leone we just get half of that when they come. So we get for try to encourage competition. So once we encourage competition, we will definitely get there. So I'm happy for informing us say as at March next year, the Ethiopian Airlines will start for flight to Sierra Leone. So that's all I get for now. I hand over to the colleague.
Well, we want to tell the minister plenty thank you. You know, he announced, he only say breaking news when they talk about the fact say Ethiopian Airlines they cancel. I don't know why people that miss all that breaking news the way it just land. The minister will announce say in 3 weeks, the government of Salone will need 50 new buses. But not just that. We improve significantly the way the road network they operate within the country. The minister say among the things they will build with called designated bus lane. So this road here will look and say, yeah, if you want to bus today pass here, and I have bus the pass for encouraging them people to take public transportation so we will travel. He also said we move from all time for paying a bus, it's map a line, you pay, they give you change, you go inside, you go inside. They can begin a cashless payment system. There's the build and vision we always talk about. For make Salone the leader of the fourth industrial revolution, who will embrace innovation and technology, we will see that needing happen in the transport sector. We'll move down to my sister, Madam Musa Bari. I don't see the news about you when they appoint you to the aviation sector. All one legal minister say you get plenty experience in the sector. But for people as Salone too not sabi. In fact, when people see your picture, they think say you're very young. They say, it's not going to get that experience they say for lead this sector. But quickly as you don't take over, we don't begin to see some changes there between the excellent work we do and the minister they do. So I want to also give you about 5 minutes for yourself. I want to take the first 1 minute, a chance for introduce yourself to people there. Uda and Musayero. And with like vision for the aviation authority the President Bio put you in charge of.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Chairman. And I would like to start off by saying that it's an honor to serve in this capacity. I don't say, as my brother don't say, but people are not sounding too much. And I don't say, my brother we have like a laugh because I did flip between English and Creole a lot, but I try to keep up consistent during this one. So, me as somebody who on this salon for the past 13 years, I don't actually work at Newgate Airport for the past 10 years as the country director for the aviation security provider. And that exposure is going to give me a chance to really understand the issues and to really build the relationships with the key industry players waiting for help we for achieve the objective for the CAA. So again, for me, being as somebody, we're very hardworking, we're driven. I'm from a very strong administrative background, and I intend very much to bring that structure to the CAA and to help us in achieving our agenda, which the Minister rightly states as increasing competition and increasing flights to Sierra Leone. So as a summary, that is Musa Barry in a nutshell. So I'm not that young, but I am old enough to handle the challenge that's been given to me. Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority has come a long way, and I would like to use this platform for really applaud all those who don't take part of the journey for make the industry reach society so to be. We have a solid foundation. We safety rating now about 72%, which will be announced probably towards the ending of the month, and the security rating at 71%. Scores that are actually higher than some of the more established states in the region. So that's a big accomplishment to all my predecessors and the team that have worked to establish the CAA to this point. So me coming in, I think really I want to consolidate on those gains and establish a platform for us to now really encourage the bigger carriers to come to Sierra Leone. Maybe address the issue of competition, which directly, as the Minister said, will have an impact, a positive impact on the cost of travel to Sierra Leone. So as an introduction and as a nutshell, just for people to understand the role of civil aviation, it's a regulatory role. It's not an operating role. There are various players in the industry which comprise of the operator and service providers. We on role as the CAA have to make sure we have a bird's eye view of what they go on, and that we make sure that the compliance to the legal instruments we get that are guided by the international principles for aviation are complied to. So we intend to make sure our oversight is increased and that we get the best out of our operators and our service providers. So in a nutshell, my brother, I think that should do it.
Thank you very much, Madam Messiah Obari. I'm going to say you're a big fan of the room. I see Alpha, we all man to talk just now, they on the tablets. We until they talk, he puts his tablet on, he watch spellbound. So I think if you don't convince Alpha, I think if you able to get Alpha your attention, it means say you do very well for getting the attention of the people of Salon. Mr. Self, I'm able to keep my attention, the book and so the tablet. We come out to the president. We are the president for the Drivers Union as Salon. Now, Deputy Minister Collins, the president was a small B. You don't deal in this business, you don't hear you plenty, really involved in the civic space, organizing and all. So I want quickly as well introduction. Let's make a glad space. We'll get enough time for we do all the question and answer plenty. Of course, what's in our own role? The minister don't achieve, don't point out in vision. You get all the key players that are goal. What's in your role for advance this sector and how does you role so far?
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. Mina Alpha Manuba, a commander in the South, Rabu, women and Betu, I play some role as a military man in this country. I left the driving sector. I worked at Sierra Leone for some time. I begin by Muscari now for myself. I don't think that the Southern Province as regional organizing secretary 2. I go to regional organizing secretary 1. From there, I come Freetown, I become national treasurer. From national treasurer, I don't become the first 5 years as president. And this is my second time now. After this time, I will rest. So I know drivers, better. We don't role as a union for promote, protect, implement the membership. Of course, everybody knows when you deal with people in way, they don't go that much school, like the informal sector. They deal. Then I will take the for the day, and then you take care go home. So they can people a day, when you deal with them, if you just deal with them, and make sure what they want, what all you do. The other thing we roll, now for negotiate with government. Any government within a power, you, the union, executive, you bound forward to that government. Because the act say, local council act say, them pass here all the wrong. We forbid fees to the councils or the local authorities. So you bound forward to government. Then the Ministry of Transport, we now the line ministry, and tell you so. If government want to put up fair price, they will call me. We go see the bargain with employers. We make sure we bring peace between the employers and the employees. The other thing I want to say, the green and go helter, shelter, pull me on money, give people them for money, take people them from one place to another. Or we government can get new transport. Definitely, we as a union, me as the president, we're ready for support. The government is ready for support. The Ministry of Transport and Aviation. We don't begin the benefit of this aeroplane yet. Go to Lovely now. It build a very big park for me. Come up the Wilberforce. Then make another park for me. These flyovers, now we benefit. Look at accidents that will take place in the areas. Although most people don't really use them. But you know, say time to come, they will use them. So we really there for make sure that we drivers them, they're not involved into boku problems. By how? By educating them the language of the road, safety of the road, by you know overload, by you know drinking drive, by you know overspeed. Then why and then we walk them. And we make sure I don't put something there in place now. All the parks down in this country. Any driver who will see the Muna corner will take better park. You don't set up marshals there all sides. The push. In fact, all the parks they waited to push, they want and they will not drive them all. Where the police will not stand firm for make sure the one day when they said push and they park some of them they don't arrest them, kill them. But the only problem when they can go, they don't take 2-3 weeks, you don't see them come back. So when you come back, we will drive you back for 1 and 3. So we don't stand firm, that we need to make sure yes, nobody, no break, they hard drugs they need to drive us. And really now, it better small. The law enforcers, although we know they get brand new vehicles in this country, we can negotiate to them. You know, we can negotiate to them, don't talk to them, say, oh, these are minor offenses. Minor offenses, the union only put on it. Or minor offenses, we make sure we put on it. So I will stop you first. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Alpha Maduba. Just want to make a clear for people that say, Mr. Alpha Maduba say, comment c'est à vous? Miyomba, Akomot, Kaniki, and Bond, and Jimmy Bango. So, we tell you, really, I think there's a new vision for this civic engagement that you don't show so that the union then can work with government because with all the benefits and the country they become a better place for we all. I want to go straight into the questions. We have plenty of questions that we already can do. You can you come and also put your hand on, calm down first. First, no worry, you get a chance. There will be plenty of sexual question. We ask all. First, as we can always start, people like in text and then they ask, at least one day you continue for check on the text platform is. So if you, even if you're in this room, you can also all man get for a chance for talk. It's smart if you're able to or use the platform. Because in that way, the question guaranteed say the answer. If you go to pick up your hand, you're not guaranteed because all the points they ask. So the one that will not come in advance, ask them. As I can do, I normally ask the question at all and then I give a chance for respond. Question revenue. Mr. Minister, what's the updates on the 2 new ferry and the expected 150 bus procured as part of ILOC since 2019? Because it's a watchery from Tanzania. The other question, this Facebook person asked this question. Government of Salon ready and able to make public the term and condition of the lease investment agreement between government and SUMA so citizens will read for themselves and understand the long-term cost implication of the new airport for taxpayer them and especially on airfares. Next question. You will provide information on any recent efforts or policies that will aim at reducing airfare costs for travelers to and from Salon. A question for you, Madam Musaya. The next one. You are on account with clear action of what you do about the high price as once you are lost customer, then it will be difficult for getting back. Same question, everybody concerned about this. Same question, why air flights ticket price is so high? Same question. The other one is a little bit more specific, so I ask them. So again, I chance this follow and educate the public. It's a government the tax fees and charges in Guinea about $201, I think a pound is pounds. And then it's in a salon, the same tickets and £422, and the total cost for ticket for to Freetown and also person they go on is in a £1,331, and then for Guinea and £740. Severe is to make this work so. Yes, I think that is the question so far. I think these are questions that we all expected also. Now, maybe we still have a question to ask also. So I want to calm down. We start with Madam Musaya. We'll handle the questions on the airfare. Then I come to you, Mr. Minister. So you take us to the next level on the policy side. And then you will address the other question about Muslim. All right.
Thank you. So one of the first things I do I take office now for engage the airlines to get some more information from them. Make me try to understand exactly how tickets are costed and the implications. So out of that fact-finding meeting, we get to understand a few things. Firstly, the markets where they travel to Sierra Leone is considered a late booking market. So that means majority of the people when they travel to Salon, they book their flights maybe a few days or a week or two prior to traveling. That factor alone gets an effect on the cost of the ticket. You will find that people that have booked in advance most likely have a more affordable rate. And this factor is completely outside of government's control. It is airline mechanism. It's not new to Sierra Leone, it's universal. So one way in which we can help ourselves in terms of reduction of travel to Sierra Leone is to try and book in a timely manner. Number two, we made for understand, and we know actually coming from the industry that the passenger volumes are a huge contributing factor to the cost of flying to Sierra Leone. We like to compare Guinea and Sierra Leone, like the Minister said in his opening statements, but when it comes to passenger figures, the volume of which people travel to Guinea is far greater than that we experience at FAA. So where airlines then they do their ticketing and pricing, of course then they take volumes into consideration. Another factor is around the airlines, mainly that we get very limited competition in Sierra Leone. The flights and where they come at the moment from the European countries are only 3. And when you look at Guinea-Conakry, we have up to about 14. So this again, na factor where they determine the pricing strategy where the airlines use when they become national. External conditions we cannot avoid, such as inflation and seasonal trends and availability also contribute. So in sum, I know a majority of the conversations have been around the taxes, but I want for Showina, or I want to explain something to Una today. Just before I can this press briefing. We do a booking on 3 airlines, SM Brussels, Royal Air Maroc, and Turkish, I believe. The booking was done today for travel on the 31st of October, which is a short window. The cost of the ticket is $1,871. Of that $1,871, only $139 is taxes. The other components of the ticket include the airline's base fare, which as a government we have no direct leverage over, includes payments for fuel and insurance costs, and also it will interest you to note that there are departure taxes from country of origin and transit countries. At the moment, we are not coming directly from any point. We transit through most of our routes. So there are taxes applied at the point of origin, the point of transit, and the point of arrival. All of these factors contribute to the overall ticket cost, which in this occasion was $1,871. I must emphasize again, that was from Brussels Airlines.
Yes.
From
Origin.
From Freetown to London. So this clearly shows how all of those components have attributed to that cost. The late booking, the taxes, internal and external, but what having one for emphasizes the local aspect of which we have a level of influence as a government. Out of 1,871, those taxes are $139. That is not to say that we're not going to make efforts, which we are doing. I think so our own will be testament to the fact that we don't tax IATA and the airlines will put a hold on the planned increases. The whole reason behind that is we don't in our office 12 days. My minister also has assumed a couple of months ago. We want to give yourself the opportunity for really get a holistic picture. Like how do I explain to Una now? There are more than one component to ticketing. And for lay we get a long-term sustainable solution, we get to address all of them points simply. We want to assure the public that through the CAA and through the ministry, everything will be done to make sure that FNA is more competitive. But it is not a quick fix. It is something that needs long-term strategy. And as the minister explained in opening remarks, one of those strategies that will make sure we encourage more airlines, bigger carriers. The announcements of Ethiopia Airlines commencing a route in March is a huge accomplishment for the state. And it is one that's going to open us up to many more opportunities and more connectivity. So this is really an opportunity for our industry to expand its horizons and capture the benefits that come from that. So I think I've explained the components of the ticket and the reason for the cost. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Mr. Minister, I want to pick up on that question there and say, so somebody think what would they do, but there are specific questions on SUMA, what I want to tackle head on. And then another question about failure and things like that.
Thank you, brother. Maybe I can just add just one or two points into within the DG say. Now, we do so many things, like you rightly say, end of day in office, I think about a couple of days or so. And for me, I think about 2 months or so. But the idea is, we first we find out say this issue a major concern. And therefore we decide for look, take a step back, because so many people have been there, they say, na suma contract na he make, why we don't go build airport, then look at the prices, the high taxes and the rest. So we decide for take a step back and look at waiting really at some of the causes then of this high increase in prices as the people then say. But like I said earlier, the data we are key, where of course now all the passengers that whether they travel out and the one that whether they come in. So I can get this information from the SLCAA, I can get them from SUMA, I can get them from even the operators then. And we'll tell them now. So far, only 4% difference. And that self will get higher number of people. So it's like people keep don't say no more, okay, the prices are high, the prices are high. But when you look at the data, well, if the prices are high, but you still get more passengers than when they come in about 4%. So what do they do for make FNA be more attractive? Firstly, like how my colleagues say, we decide say we engage SUMA, because that amount that they talk about the $165. We decide say okay, for let them put a hold on that. So we do that. Secondly, because competition are the issue, we decide say we go all out, and honestly we do them vigorously. You really go out, meet other airlines then, and a lot they for come in. I can one for show like that. A lot they for come in, but as always we can always let for talk less. I believe more in action, but a lot more don't show interest, and they in discussions with some of them airlines, and they once we don't confirm, then we'll be able to make the public know about that. The second thing where you ask, it's about the SUMA agreement. Now I think somebody asked for see when we will make the SUMA agreement or the contract known to the public, for let everybody know about them. Well, for the one that we do law, or the one that we get some idea about law, you don't say an agreement. When you don't go into an agreement, that will get a disclosure clause for that agreement day. And if that disclosure clause, if we now go say, okay, we'll go talk about the agreement or make it public, then obviously we don't be in violation of that particular, or in contravention of that particular agreement day. So I don't think say that will be now, but we already don't contact SUMA, and I don't get the authority for that we revisit or for that we look at the SUMA agreement. So when we look at the agreement, it depends to waiting there for come out of the agreement day. If it's necessary at that time, both parties agree, that is the government and SUMA, then why not? We can make them public. But for now, we therefore look at the agreement. Then the other point, again for the bus system, I think I've been already talk about the bus system. We hope to receive the bus system within the next maybe 3 to 4 weeks. Then buses are all for on there. And once they arrive, 3 to 4 weeks, we will need about 2 weeks for do some registration, insurance, and so on and so forth, for put all that. So they hope say by early December that could also be in place. We also I forget one other point regarding the tickets as well. My colleague Musa also really work hard towards that. For let us see if we can able to forget, even if then chartered airlines for them will come in, especially during the Christmas season. So they can work on that. but until we not confirm anything. So once we confirm that, then we'll be able to come up and say something. I think that's all. I don't know if any other point. Oh yes. Okay, the two ferries then. I think the two ferries and the ministry been going to some agreement with a company called NEDMA. This was, I think, sometime last year or year before last. They're going to this agreement with the ferry company. Indeed, everything goes through, and then the ferries then come. But most unfortunately, the ferries then will come. They're not able they're not able for bath, because I think the thing's supposed to get some ramp or so. I don't get that technical knowledge, but they're not able for bath, and therefore the ferry look for now and not get much room. But we take in discussion with the company and then see what thing will be the best way forward, because we don't have an agreement and then they just therefore perform from there inside. That's all.
Thank you very much. Plenty breaking news day in today's press conference. A lot of detail that they hope see over the next few days. The press will for break these issues and down for the public. And we'll cover them also main team there, and we get quoted to quotes as you know now. We also try for do partnership with SL Media Hotel and Tenki. We also provide video summaries of which stay there, so that the people that are most asking to get a summary of this via video. We also begin for do some audio summaries so people get, because plenty news come up today press conference. So now I'm on and for ask the question. Some people there with news, so I just repeat the rules. Yeah. Now we need the speaker there. A question on the ask. Also, if it's about no prefix, no prelude, name, institution, and the question. Also, we all know that by now also. How many questions per person? So 1 question per person. If you want to ask the second one, use the platform and I will read it out for you. Alright, so now we start with this man, number 1, number 2, number 3, where you man? Number 4, woman, I say woman, I say woman, I don't see one woman, that's one, number 5, thank you. All on the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Voila, go ahead.
Yes, my name is Civic, and I write for exclusive newspaper. Mr. Ba, the president with the P, small P. Mr. Ba, the driver, the complaint say, they take money in the hand, you don't know what's in that money, and the complaint say, not doing nothing for them. We really want for no. Waiting and waiting that you do with the money we will collect from the drivers.
Wait. Now you have number 2. No, look number 2 here.
Yes. In Southway, I report for starting to the next. One for you, what's the situation? If now only for freedom the benefits and how the progress is about the benefits. For Kauza and the drivers then or private ones with the one companies, therefore affected how we can try to work with them with their self and remove benefits as well.
Thank you. Then I will back in. Go.
Well, me name now Mohamed Kamara. I write for Daily Scope newspaper. Of course, this is going to the minister. It talk about how many people they travel, when our passengers when they travel on the airlines and all. It talks a difference in 4%. But I wanted the minister to help me with the total amount of people who traveled last year and the total amount of people who travel now, which shows there is a 4% difference.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Number 4, the lady. Yes.
So this will go to the minister also. Minister mentioned saying 50 buses will arrive in the country in the next 3 weeks, but it will operate on a cashless system. I want to know, because majority of civilians do not understand how this will work, and if this will therefore do a public engagement, and also if the cost effect therefore be the same with other means of transportation.
Thank you so much. And number 5.
Mr. President, my name is Adivina Spencer in Ignorance to my video. So I want to know if you get any discussions with drivers, because there is a daylight robbery. The cost of transportation really high, and then they just can see and feel. And also like how we mentioned distancing. We can then transport more especially bikes, and then what is just they stop them, and then they pay money on the waste and pay for, and then they add for the transportation fee. So one for no waiting and the arrangements when I can get to them.
Thank you so much. All right. At the end of the first round, first 5. Mr. President, you get some question and I am. And talk about you force and complain you and the union. Like that they complain, say I take money and they do constantly for it. Secondly, the sister say daylight workdays, the driver then they add by the people that you pay when transport don't work. Your answer can be quick or cancel the minister.
Thank you very much. First, let's start with the money we collect. No partner we would use, we will not pay fee to council. We itself as a union, we get a fee, we will help, we bother them. The one year we don't get job again, you go to them park, you will see back to one day they don't get job. They are very good drivers, we will help them. Person sick, we will help them. If you get buried, we will help you. With that small thing we come out. After we don't pay council, we will help other people. The wishes of all did it, and they will get to salary. The other thing what you are talking about, the money I will collect, I still want, because some driver can say you don't know they do nothing for you. Recently, Legal Aid Board, we go cry for Legal Aid Board. We go miss yourself inside Panema Road. We go see drivers. We now small amount of fines that they get. Legal Aid Board help we able make a release 49 drivers. And union and pay all the fines. 49 drivers. So that's small money we collect, and they sign a deal to go. The other thing, I tell this government take. No transport fear, no day we will go discuss the Minister of Transport. We need to we and other stakeholders in this don't discuss that. When fuel price come up, we go sit down, we negotiate. When fuel price come down, we go sit down, we negotiate. This government that no more. We tell His Excellency, retired Brigadier General Spada being work taking. Now this government we don't ever see they put fuel price up. When the fuel price come down at world market, it can't down there. When it go up here and there, it go up. So nobody really cheats nobody. Also take the day, we the public system, we get for help to save. If that man go tell you say, now 10,000, 10 million for Guyana, you know say the government don't put a press release now 5 years. No pay. No sign of the way we not get police and traffic ordinance now. So I want me to help you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. President. Honorable Minister, you get plenty questions there. Most of them around some airfare and some buses, so we take notes. So that no waste time. I give you a chance for responding. I'll give Jose as well if you want to ask something.
Thank you, my brother. The question, somebody asked a question about the buses. Say whether or not only Freetown they benefit, and also they try for see the one that way therefore go out of job. because of the bus system day. Now, firstly, the bus system, I also want to use this opportunity for commend also the World Bank, because this entire project and the government of Sierra Leone project, but of course in partnership with the World Bank, so they will give the support. So the bus system, now 50 buses for now, and these are just a pilot project, which means without a start, they will see how the whole project will grow up. They will try to extend them to other areas. So we get two corridors, the west corridor and then the east corridor. The west corridor, they start from number 2 River, come Longley, then Wilkinson Road in town, and come to the bus station also. Is Johnson Street also, bus station. So now they, the first corridor, the western corridor, they stop. Then you get the eastern corridor. It's supposed to start from Joey and come to the same location, come to the central district, instead of come stop there. So you get them 50 buses and now apply them routes then day. So like I said, it's a pilot project, and also we get the like I've been saying earlier, the SLPTA will then get for regulate this bus system. Now, if this project is successful, then of course His Excellency, they continue for push for them we extend them, not just that one corridor, but also to other corridors within Central District, and also from Freetown to the regions or the provinces, like I said earlier. In between the provincial towns then, we try to make arrangements for that, but we no one for say what we know able for do. You understand? As a government, anything we say we do, we make sure say we do them. So for now, that they want to do the urban project, after which we can now go to the regions then as well. But for now, that will be focused on. Now, somebody may look worried about the benefit or the one that we get for go out of jobs. It will interest now for no say, this is not the very first time where the government feels the people then for being part of the running, then for able to take decisions then. Now, this is not the very first time the president, together with, as a ministry, we reach out to Mr. Ba, who is a key stakeholder, together with all the other Poda drivers then, now then come together and form this company where get for run them buses and they. I repeat, then Poda drivers then, the Keke drivers then, now they all come together and they get for put their shares and everything, and they all come together and run, and we get for run them buses then, they are so. And therefore, when we start for run them buses they are, and then corridors then they, we don't expect any Poda driver or any Keke or within for apply some of their route and they. Because all what they can do at that time, the other Keke drivers, now for able for support, for take passengers there from the main corridor to deposit in house or outside. So now that then get for the do. But more of this will get for come, as I say, this will just be in the process of formulating the policy. We've almost done and for try for run and through cabinet. Then from there, they go to the question where somebody else asked about how would they prepare the public for all that. We get the whole team. We get to work with the colleague and so many other projects that they in place. We get for go 98.1, we get for go AYV, Star TV, and so on and so forth. and even get for target some individuals and some associations, then we therefore go and brief them and explain to them about the entire project, how it get for run. So the one that again, the one that we got for when you say them lost their jobs, then no, they're not go. Even though they're not going for the run their bosses and they, but then form this company so they get for benefit. The sharing, everything will get for disclose all of that. I think I don't answer the 4% difference. Yes. Somebody may ask about the percentage that will travel out. As at 2022, from January to this October, no, January to September, wrong. We get 96,037 passengers that they go out of the country. Then we get 78,437 that then come into the country. Now, as of this year, 2023, from January to September, we get 97,261 that then go out of the country and then travel out. And the one that we come in, we get 84,652. As I say, this data is available. Una can reach out to SLAA, una can reach out to SLCAA, una can even reach out to some of the airline operators, then they get this. Now from then, we get this data. I think that's all.
Very comprehensive. You want to add anything to that?
Yeah. I think, I would just, the minister is correct, the data is available. I just want to maybe just talk on the passenger figures for August, it's recent. We noticed for some airlines there was an increase, for some airlines there was a decrease, but overall we get, for example, ASCAI, for August 2022 the numbers were 1,938, and for August 2023 the numbers were 2,468, a huge increase. Again, for Air Maroc, for August 2022, the numbers were 786, but for August 2023, it was 903. For airlines like Brussels, you had a decrease of 32 people from 2,387 to 2,355, but again, it's a marginal decrease. But collectively, for the month of August, we're at an increase for about 5%.
Right. So, I'm not saying this is not data they give the government. We want to make a clear say, the news, the headline, also for say, all seem perfect. The headline of that, yes, challenges in there, but sometimes if you really want on social media, they comment see, and they take one event, they make an exchange, so all things not bad. The numbers they don't necessarily fully support that. Or also, you see, the people who really influence, in fact, they work really hard for increased competition. They already announced today, say Ethiopian Airlines, so they don't stop for car for long. And they bring the car. We already say they get plans they back for getting chartered flights in December. Because now we some basic economics, we get more in the first the price of good competition and options. I guess some other question about text. Somebody asked when we expect President Bill, I guess, as agreed at the peace dialogue, and a very good news on that, while as done here, I can tell you, say, by the time this press conference got done, the presidency, I guess, could already do on social media. In fact, I've been told that the president don't just go ahead, and that, I guess, thing has already been made, and we will see. So the first step for that peace agreement, item number 1, His Excellency address for peace and national cohesion. I will assure you say that address they come before this press conference done, inshallah. There's also a question about what's making more expensive for imports newer vehicle than salon compared to older vehicles. Somebody asked a very interesting question. He said that means they want discouraging for imports newer vehicles. It's actually a very logical question. Why is it, but we'll get to that. Somebody asked me for talk about, okay, so when we go visit the city commuter system in Freetown, as it don't be over 26 years old under the same system, no improvement. So, Mr. Minister, I think you know it's a city commuter system. It's how people they walk around. So I think we will we'll come back to that. And then somebody else asked me particularly if I can comment on the media push for Arise IIP for receive the Pebble ports and rail contract and many rumors of the government's plan to withdraw it. Alright, we'll open now, we'll come back to the question and ask. We'll get woman I ask, so we'll start with that. Yes, go. Oh, wait, I just put the number they wanted. So you know number one? Okay, number two. Number three, that woman maybe the other. Number four, yeah. And then number five with the bubble.
The question they go for the minister, Mina Hawayuki. We talked with like how it speaks about them. I just want to know if the bus with them accessible to people with disability.
Thank you very much.
The question of the senior president. Yes, sir. I should say you and some few people in the union they sell fake manifest when they put up into laws.
Fake what?
Manifest.
Okay, fake manifest. And a simple question. Now two or not to two? Number three. Yes. Now get out my mic for me, please. Yes.
So, because you are the president of Drivers Union, according to the state and for advocates for defend and protect the drivers, what about the way they drivers? How do they go about to defend them?
All right.
You're not thinking that you failure on your side?
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm number four. And this man number four, they up here. You know number five, sir. Yes.
Ibrahim Sarasisi, Voice of Salon Radio. Mr. President, the small P. Why did they increase transport fare from Freetown to Waterloo?
Okay, I think the president was asking about not the minister self will contribute to that because I'm not facing that the drivers union there on their own they do. But I see the point of the question. Anyway, go ahead, sir. Number five.
Edmund Foley.
Yes.
To the president's drivers union. They talk about Kush, right? See people inside the back where they sell Kush and una can alert the police. We can carry them home. Couple of days, they can left them back. When I say they come down and they drive them, we I believe say not good at all, right? So like what you don't do for make sure that people know they sell now the park, right? They sell Kush now the park. So we drivers them, we drivers them. What you don't do for say yes, if na carry them go to the police, then when I see them back. Waiting as one step, they will take them. Even drivers.
Boss. At some point, you have to stop. Yes, thank you very much. So, drivers union president. We don't know the final answer of the question for today. I apologize when I'm able to ask the question. Make use of the platform. State sport question. Too soon I sell fake manifest. And then what I do the one day with the Kush and how I do the work for advocates for the one in the bags. I give 3 minutes.
Thank you very much. This manifest issue, I don't see in social media, some journalists, we get certain people who can do activate with us. We need to union members, and they drivers. So what do we do? The Minister of Internal Affairs, then go pull them. So when they pull them, that don't become an issue. You know, so we don't ever print manifest, we don't get fake manifest. You go to SLRIC and then the print manifest, Now we are the only organization where they give manifest for each one out to brothers, to the membership. Nobody no get right. Now we in a back. When you load this motor car, we take your name, your destination, who say you come out, your telephone number, we put up a manifest, we give the driver when they go. One accident may happen in Natayama Bridge, people that go inside our water. Now only the manifest way we get when they get from jail. I go take the duplicate and the teller who know see people like this, who know the people that we left inside water. So I don't feel say we get fake manifesto. The other one, I will not tell you say, with the help of Legal Aid Board, we go prison, we pull 49 drivers. Now we pay the fines at the union. So, one thing, you see, we get good drivers, we get bad ones. Definitely, some of them pass the discipline and they're not disciplined. So, that's why we get real negotiations with the negotiated law enforcers. But some of them, they're not good for purpose, pass the discipline. Transportation price, now the ministers don't have. When they put fuel price up, now we they go negotiate. From here to Waterloo, they don't say 11 U. That 11 U, a fish in a day.
Mr. Bam, listen to me, some of you driver them, after government you don't say 11 years, we then the one, they act price thing. In a way they do another option. And then they want to ask what you do for some time.
Well, we don't put marshals and all the loading packs them. If any driver charges above the level, use your right. You said na sierraleone. Tell us, say no. But we nobody all side.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Minister, so the cost of the transportation come off, but also since we wrap up, I want to give you a chance now for a reflect on all the things we will talk about today and some of the additional questions that will be asked and which you wanted people left this press conference with from the Ministry of Transport and Navigation.
Thank you, brother. First, I go try for handle the disability part of them. I think that's a very good question. You see, as a ministry or as a government, we can really do our best when it comes to some of the issues that they. So we do due diligence on them bosses, then the company come, and also we staff them. We therefore go again they therefore go again to the company where you do the bosses, then go inspect the bosses then before they come. Now, every boss way they come, we make provision for disability access. Every boss. Only that, not to like the electronic one way you will get in the first world, but I think it's fit for purpose because not always they use that, but any disabled person who wants to gain access, yes, they get a ramp where they put and the individual will go in. And secondly, we also think about the students then as well. We also try to consider, the student there as well, then student buses them, for let them be able to gain access to them priority roads then, so that the student themselves not go late, because most of the time the buses then, because of the traffic, they will therefore late. But with these new buses then, with predicted timings and everything, I think we hope say we will do very well. So we cater for the student then as well. Yes, within the minister don't see. Well, for me, I think some of the issues then I just want for appeal to the public for let them know say some of the issues there, it will take time. It will take time for fix some of them problems and they. And I just want for reassurance and say, the team we get, then they do an excellent job. For ensure say we go as per His Excellency the President in manifesto, and make sure say we provide all the support so we can as an industry. The talk with people that they talk about price of tickets, they don't go up. Everybody they left now for go Guinea and for go take. I think if you want for face that inconvenience, then well, I don't know again, but I think it's always good for there you go back again and check, because some of them price them they as we work hard for make sure say we get more flights than when they come into Freetown. And so the prices then go continue for go down. But they look at not only the competition, but also look at the taxes then. We don't also tell the companies them as well, I mean the airlines them, for letting do a breakdown of the taxes them, way then they pay. I mean way the individuals that they pay. So we don't write to them. I think yesterday, about 4 out of 7 and they don't respond, so they wait for the other 3. Once we get that, then we look at the taxes and now within the charge, because some of the tickets then they just they put they get the name on they call the name of the surcharge. Yes. So they get waiting container surcharge, we don't know. So therefore look into that as well and see how we go able for reduce on some of them on and day. Suma agreement, of course. Yeah, Suma agreement, of course, we also look into RAM for see which side will be able for negotiate or renegotiate for make sure say Suma benefit, then the government and people of Sierra Leone also benefit from the agreement, because now we remember then people that are themselves a business entity. They not just come, they can't put that fine edifice, you know, at the airport day. A fine structure, but our money go. Yeah, a fine structure. As I say, our money, they say way soup sweet, they say our money kill them. So for those themselves spend a lot, and we therefore do we best for make sure say themselves get their own fair share of whatever they come in, but not at the detriment of Sierra Leoneans, of course. So I think that's all we'll continue to do best. Then I will come in once in a while, just in case anybody gets any question, anytime. We're always ready for a response. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. And for the final word, I'll come back to the sister, Madam Musaya Obai. You don't listen to all things. You say with your final, you get just 2 minutes for that.
Thank you. I want to really just support the comments from the Minister and for encourage all of us for we all join hands for make the industry go before. There's going to be a lot of opportunities, but quick exposure can come. We want to also revive regional flights, domestic flights, so we will get more of an aviation society. And for do that, we need to get partnerships with the relevant departments and the buy-in of the wider society. So it's an exciting time for all of us, definitely for the industry. And I want to also thank the Ministry of Information and Communication. We definitely get to do a lot of engagement with you guys, so the public will get the information where they need. And that together we can all find a way to make the positive change we want to see in our country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I just remember, Sano, the question about this will comment on the media push for our allies for receiving the paper reports and real contracts. I mean, the rumors of the government plan. I think in general, we get a free press in a salon, and the government of Salon welcome a robust press and civic engagement. So we welcome the conversation with the world. I can also assure you, say, as we don't say before, all the business partners again are friends of the government of Salon. And at the end of the day, the government therefore do working right for the people of this country, and for make sure say, like the minister say, the business partner is set happy and they will continue for investors alone. So no big controversy on that issue there as far as the government of Salon is concerned. I will take the opportunity to tell plenty thank you to all. When I really do well, when I come every week, when I take part, when I ask really good questions, when I collaborate and partner with you, I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you to the minister, to the DG, to the president, to the small P, and of course, to the friend and brother, the deputy minister, we help you for me. I also to the one for say plenty thank you to the Ministry of Information and Civic Education team, the people really behind the scenes for making this happen, the one they carry for me. Again, disability inclusion, sign language, SL media, and we begin the mid-term break today. So the intern for me. So don't work really hard the whole day. I mean 6-year-old over Alpha William 3. But as usual, thanks to the media partner that we carry live. We will come back next week, same time. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, Fambulen, the press conference we can do every Tuesday by the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. And today we get the host, we know the minister, we know Mr. Chainoba, and I host. We get the Minister of Transport, we get the Civil Aviation Authority, and we get the President for the so the one for telling all plenty thank you, and I continue for following and I continue for sending a comment. Thank you.